What is going on, guys? It's your boy Audrey Watson here with another video. So today, the one thing that we're going to be talking about today, at least, is the M1 steel pot. Now, starting around the mid to late 1930s, the United States was getting ready to transition from the M1917, which better known as the Kelly. Now you can go online and find a ton of pictures on the M1917A1 Kelly. Personally, I do not like that helmet. That thing just looks ridiculous. Just because, it didn't provide any protection, like, for your ears. Now, of course, yes, this provides some protection because it comes down, like, halfway past your ear. Well, not for me, at least. So, yeah, anyway. So, in the early part of the war, America was still using the M1917, but then it quickly got phased out for the steel pot. Now, why is it called the steel pot? Well, for a couple things. One, you can use this sucker to cook in. Who knew? And yes, that is actually true. You can cook with this thing. Would you do it for real? I pray to God not, because if you do that, you're going to screw up the steel, and also I think you're going to have a lot more shine on top of your helmet once the soot wears off. Yeah, and also you can also use this to smack some snakes into the ground for your tent. You can use it to wash your hands, wash your feet. Of course, I pray to God you didn't have to wash your feet back then. Of course, that statement's probably going to get a lot of crap for it, so I'm going to retract that right now. And also, another thing that you can do is that you can use this to bail water out of your foxhole whenever you're sleeping and it's raining and you have a crowd load of water in your foxhole. You can just go, oh, all right, pop off the liner and then bail out some water. And I've actually tested the shell with this one. I mean, it holds a fairly good amount of water. You can actually completely submerge your hands in this thing. So yeah, also, one thing I will say, guys, is that this shell that I have right here in my hand, this is actually a World War II shell. The helmet that I'm wearing right now, it is a Vietnam era helmet. It's just a tad bit smaller. Now the reason why there's no liner in this one is because the liner is actually sitting over here on my trash can, because I'm throwing that thing away because of the fact that one of the little brackets that mounted the suspension system, I don't know, you can't really see it that well, and I'm sorry for it, but if you guys look real hard, you guys can see that yeah, you guys can't see that. Shizzle. Okay, so I'll bring you guys out here. So yeah, this is a Vietnam era helmet, and you can tell that's a Vietnam era helmet because of the liner. So yeah, I'll bring you guys out to where we have full light. So yeah, the reason why this is a Vietnam era helmet is because of the fact that the suspension straps right here, there's no like circle in the middle. Now you go over here to my really crappy World War II helmet, you'll notice that there's a couple differences. Is that in the middle, I don't know if you guys probably can't really see it that well, and I'm sorry, but there is a little elastic strap that basically holds these straps. Well, okay, wow, I worded that really poorly, so I'm sorry about that, guys. So yeah, after World War II in Korea, the U.S. made the M1 helmet just a little bit smaller. They did some modifications to the suspension system. Like, for example, I don't think you can really see it, but there's like a piece of metal right here. And I guess hopefully they must have had a lot of M1 World War II liners fail for them to make that change. Also, the liner in here, I think this is polycarbonate. I believe it's polycarbonate, but I don't know. Just because the way this thing feels, it kind of feels like it's polycarbonate, but So yeah. Anyway. Also, another thing you guys will see is on here is that I have a pretty cool, actually, pair of motorcycle goggles. I also have this weird, like, cat eyes band. Whoops. Good lord. I have these cat eyes, which I think this is what the military calls them. Just called cat eyes, I guess. I have no clue. And then, yeah, I have this little neck cover. The reason why you'll see in, I think, World War II movies, I know you'll see it in World War II movies at least, but the reason why you see M1 helmets with a net cover on them, it was because back when they first started issuing these helmets, they realized that there was too much shine, and they used these nets to kind of break it up. Now, of course, you can tell there's a little light right here, and it's not really, per se, breaking it up very well. So, again, I don't really know how effective these things were back in the war, but all I know is that my great-grandfather actually wore a helmet like this during the war. Now, did he have these ridiculous goggles on here? No, he did not, thankfully. The goggles were just accessories for the helmet. Now, one thing you guys will kind of see about this is that there's supposed to be like a leather strap that goes in front of the helmet right here, but since this is a Vietnam era helmet, it doesn't have that. Now, that one over here, it actually does. So, if I think I might, but I don't know. I might just have to completely scrap this one. See, because you guys can see these little buttons, more or less, on this liner. That's what completely failed, and I now can't wear that liner. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing with this helmet. At least I'll keep the shell, most definitely. I'll keep the shell, but I'm definitely getting rid of that crappy helmet liner. It's weird to think that I spent $90 for both a full World War II era helmet to have the freaking liner fail on me, but I also bought 500, no joke, 500 of these little suckers. Now, they're basically just Econ darts. And also they didn't really pertain much to this lesson, so I'm gonna put them back. So yeah, to kind of end this off, you'll see this helmet a lot from World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. It was either during the late 70s or early 80s that they started to phase this helmet out in transition for the PASGT, which is the PASGT. I really have no idea what the hell that whole acronym stands for. I'm pretty sure if I searched it up and probably went over it a few times in my head, I probably know what the hell I was talking about. But unfortunately, with that part, I don't know a whole lot about the PASGT. I do know that it looks absolutely nothing like the M1, but it actually has like these earpieces that come down, kind of like the German helmet. I think I might get a German helmet. But honestly, I have no clue. I've tried to see if I can find a German helmet, but honestly, to be honest, I like these M1 helmets. They look really cool. Excuse me. And also, one thing you guys will know is that this helmet was actually a very iconic type helmet. And yes, we all know that we see these things in World War II movies, Korean movies, and Vietnam era movies. I mean, hell, Full Metal Jacket, The Boys Company C, Platoon. I'm pretty sure there's another one. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. So yeah, I guess that kind of concludes this video. Oh, and also, now with the steel, with the shell part, I have seen a couple times. I've seen a lot of helmets, at least that I've seen on Amazon, that'll have like actual like stencil markings on them. Like for example, there was one that I'd seen on YouTube where the shell had, well, no, both the shell and the liner both said MP, which, if you guys are smart enough to know that, that stands for military police. But you guys are probably looking at me like, duh, I already know this. So, good. So that way I wouldn't have to educate you on this kind of stuff. So, if you guys want to hear more about World War II, Korea, Vietnam, be sure. Okay, if we get to at least, I know I'm really lowering the standard here, but because just none of the goals that I've had have actually been met. So if we can, excuse me, if we can get every single subscriber to click like, and that's 44 of you. I need 44 people to click like on this video. 44 people click like. I will start a series, basically going over World War II history, Korean history, Vietnam history. And I'm talking about World War II, Korean War, Vietnam War. So yeah, I do know I'll have to do tons of research on Korea because I do not know shit about Korea. Of course, I know we probably talked about it at some point during world history, but I don't remember any of it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to click like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.